Hello everyone, welcome back to G&J Exploring. In today's video we continue our trip around the island of Tenerife by leaving San Andres and Playa Chica and heading north across the island to the towns of La Orotava and Puerto de la Cruz, where we spend the night. So, to give a bit of history for these towns, because it is a touch lacking from the video, La Orotava is a lovely historical town high on the slopes of the Tiri volcano and was historically where the island's wealthy lived, as you can very much see from the video. Heading downhill towards the sea, you reach the town of Puerto de la Cruz with its old port, which was very instrumental in supplying everything the people in Orotava needed and is now quite a big tourist hotspot. We hope you enjoy this video and don't judge us too harshly for the horrible pronunciation of both towns' names both in this introduction and throughout the video. So, with that, on with the show. It's a new day here in Tenerife and Juliet and I are saying goodbye to the apartment we've been staying in the last 4 days, and it has been very nice staying here, especially with the beach down there. You're able to go down anytime you like. Next stop for us is going to be a place called La Orotava, where we're going to be visiting a old house and its gardens. We are on our way to La Orotava. We're nearly there, but we've stopped at Mirador de Humboldt, which is a viewpoint about 2 kilometers away from La Orotava, and we have this really great view out across the land here, and especially with the Tiri volcano in the distance, it really is spectacular. We are just a little bit further around the viewpoint with the great view of the Tiri volcano in the distance. Now we're going to be going to La Orotava, which is sort of beneath the volcano there. We're going to be going there shortly to see botanical gardens and have a look around the town. And if I swing round, you've got Puerto de la Cruz in the view there on the coast, and that's where we're going to be spending the night and heading into town later on today to go look at the old town and have some dinner. But we do have this absolutely amazing view of the volcano in the distance. We have parked and have now walked into the heart of La Orotava, where there seems to be some sort of rap thing going on with some modern art. Anyway, it's all very interesting. Interesting to see everything going on. But we're going to be escaping the wrap area and heading to the gardens, which are just over there behind those trees. We are a bit more away from the wrap zone, but as you can see, whatever's happening is a big thing today and goes on all the way up the street. So we'll see if we find anything interesting. Not quite sure what we walked into. But here we have some classical music and we're going to head through this onto the other side shortly. We are a bit back from the main street, which is down there, and as you can see, it's a very nice city to come visit. Now the next thing we're going to go see is the Jardin Victoria, which is in here, and basically this is an old garden from the more colonial times, Victorian times, where people who had a little bit of money came to spend their summer holidays. But right now it's just a very pretty garden. You can have a walk around and see what's going on. So let's go up here and we can have a quick look at the view. And what a lovely view it is. So here we are at the top of the gardens, and a very impressive view it is, as you can see. But we'll walk along here a little bit to this something I would call a mausoleum probably, which almost certainly isn't. Very impressive structure. I'm sure it's here for some important reason. But there we have the lovely view out down past the gardens towards the sea. We are a little bit round from the gardens and we're now heading up the path towards this stately home we just saw before when we were in the gardens. And this was built about 100 years ago by a couple who wanted a very imposing house, which they definitely got, and then when they passed away it got handed over to something similar to the National Trust. But most importantly for us, it has a cafe where we're going to go have a snack. and we'll see if there's a view behind us. There we go, a little bit of a view. Here we have a view of one of the oldest things in the town, which is the Casa de los Balcones, or the House of Balconies, which is very pretty. And as you can see, it is a very lovely place. We're a bit away from the centre here, and you've got a bit more of open space. Now if we head down here, I think there's going to be a viewpoint out across the mountain. And there we have a view out across the hills. We are now in the Botanic Gardens here in the town. This is probably the last thing we're going to be having a look at today because we're going to head off elsewhere. But as you can see, they're very pretty. Lots of things to see. We'll have a bit more of a wander around. But for the time being, we are going to sit on this bench and have some lunch. We are a bit down the hill from La Orotava in a place called Puerto de la Cruz. And we're in a hotel called Puerto Palace, which we've already made a bit of a mess of a room. But the main thing to see is the lovely view out towards the sea. So shortly we'll be heading down to the front, and then we'll be coming back for some dinner. So we'll see you in a little bit. Here we are down here at the fort, which looks very impressive. So this is one of many forts in the area to protect the town from the various people in the past who might want to come and invade it. And if I wander this way, you can see this great beach. Now we're going to be heading along the beach in the other direction to go into town. We have walked along the front and are now in the heart of the town, where there is this nice port and this nice beach the locals are using. Next stop for us is going to be a bar. We've just had a drink and we might be going to go get another one shortly, but we're just going to look at this old the old sort of harbour area a bit more. And as you can see, there's this big bit of fort here. Some people sitting on it, some people fishing. The next sort of bit of land sticking out over there is an old swimming pool complex, which apparently Juliet tells me was made by a porn star. We won't be going there though. But if I swing round, you can see this nice square in this nice old part of the town. We are a little bit further round the coast, and we've had a nice drink again at the little restaurant you might be able to see there right in front of us on the quayside. But we've just walked out along this quay out into the sea, and you'll be able to see how pretty it is. And here we are in Plaza de Choco in the centre of town, and it is a very interesting plaza, as you can see. We're now going to be heading back up towards our hotel, which is up this road here, and there might be a few things to see along the way. We have got back to the hotel, which is this large building right in front of me, and we are going to break with the spirit of the holiday just a touch here and go to a very well reviewed Thai restaurant. Don't think less of us. But we've had a very nice day here on the north of the island, and tomorrow we'll be heading up the Tiedi volcano, and we'll see what that has in store for us.